Hello, hello. Welcome to High Vibrational Mastery, where we are raising the vibration of the planet one soul at a time. My name is CMeagan Michael. I am a seer, a seeker, and a visionary, founder of High Vibrational Mastery and your host of our High Vibrational Sunday live stream events, where I present to you spiritual thought leaders from around our world and beyond. Now, my guest today is my amazing guest. This is Susan Morris. Susan is a Reiki practitioner, a psychic medium, and Kundalini master from Ireland. And I want you to please join me in welcoming my very special guest. Oh, she's also one of the admins in Beyond the Veil, the best psychic mediumship, psychic development group on Facebook. So please join me in welcoming Susan Morris.
Hi, everyone.
Thank you very much. And hi, honey. Welcome, honey.
Oh, I'm so happy to be here. I can't wait.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I'm so glad. It's been, I think I asked you like a month and a half ago or something, and I'm so glad that the day has arrived, and I'm really excited to find out all about your story, and we'll share it with everybody. So I want to start sharing it out, and everybody please go ahead and share the video, and I'm going to go ahead and start sharing it out. I don't want anybody to miss anything. Let me at least share it to a couple of groups before I ask you a question.
Okay.
Okay, so give us one moment, everybody. Okay, let's see. Awesome. Now stay tuned. The questions will begin in just a moment. I want to, hi, Shar. Hi, honey. Hello. All right. Give me 1 second. Let me find this. What I'll do is I will share it to Beyond the Veil, and I'll share it to the High Vibrational Mastery group. And then while I'm sharing it to the rest, I'm going to ask you questions.
Brilliant.
Hang on, I'm saying, join us live now. Interview with amazing admin, Susan Morris. All right, perfect. That's for the Beyond the Veil. For the other ones, it won't say exactly that. All righty, so there's that. Oh, it's saying I'm not part of the group. Let me send something to Lorna. Let me send it to her this way. See if that works. Okay, I said it's not allowing me to share it. Please, can you share this for us? All right, perfect. Hello, send lots and lots of love. Hello, everyone. Welcome. All right, Shannon Kern says, what a pleasure. Jenny Irene Jaluli gives lots of hearts. And it's awesome. She goes, hope you guys are both good. You're great. Suzanne Winston says, hi from Dublin.
Oh, hi.
Isn't that where you are?
I'm from Dublin. Yeah, I'm from Dublin.
Awesome.
I can't see the comments, but I'm not ignoring.
I will read them to you. And then Jenny says, hi from Edinburgh.
Oh, hi.
Oh, this is so exciting. Honey says, welcome, Susan Morris. Oh, I'm so glad that you're all here. All right, so what I'm going to do is, I forgot to share it to my group. Hang on 1 second, and then I'm going to start asking you questions. I don't want to forget anybody. I don't want anybody to miss anything. It would be kind of cool for me to share it to the group and say, hey, this is what's going to be there, and then I don't send it to them.
Yeah.
Join us live now. Of course, they can watch the replay, but this is the most fun when we're live. All right.
Oh, it is. Everything, all the bloopers are the best.
What bloopers? No kidding.
No, we'll be all edited.
Oh, no, what are you talking about? Oh my gosh, that was actually interesting. Like you were saying, not everybody likes to go live, and it took me like a long time to want to. I wanted to do it. I had the desire, but I didn't have the. I hadn't yet overcome the human mind. The tricks that your mind plays on you about caring what anybody else thinks. Even, you know what I mean?
Oh, I definitely relate to that. But luckily, I'm at the stage where I don't care.
I know.
So,
exactly.
because you always get those that are interested, that want to come and listen and join in. So
that's so
that too.
I love that perspective too. Oh, Bernadette. Hello. Welcome, Bernadette. She says, much love to everyone. Hi, Susan and CMeagan.
Hi.
Awesome. All right. So I'm going to start off by asking Susan about her childhood. Now, Susan, were you born and raised? Sound from your accent that you are born and raised in Ireland?
I was born and raised in Dublin. I always lived in Dublin, never lived outside Dublin. So I've been born and raised here all my life.
Awesome. All right. So what I want to ask you is about your childhood. So like in your childhood, were there any significant things that happened that made you aware that you were connected to spirit, or were you one of those children that always talked to spirit? Or so can you describe your childhood? And while you're answering that question, I'm going to share it out to the rest of the groups.
Okay. Well, for me, it wasn't. It's only when I look back I realized that I may have had a connection, because it was extremely sensitive. But I did not see spirit standing at the end of my bed when I was a child. I didn't have interaction with spirit when I was a child. But one thing I do know looking back is I found it very, very hard to relate to people. I couldn't understand the kids in the playground kicking each other, hitting each other. I kind of felt, I suppose, different, but I just didn't know why. So I was a bit of a loner in primary school, particularly. When I went into the other school, I seemed to found a way to cope with it, and I kind of got on with everybody down. But no, there wouldn't have been anything major that I would have said that I could communicate spirit. Now, I do know my grandmother was a medium, and I didn't know that till years later when spirit came knocking. But it wasn't something really that was spoke about that often. It was actually my brother who told me when I told him, oh, by the way, I see spirit. But so maybe down from grandmother, who knows? But I'd say I had always very, very good instinct, like us all. But I could feel people's emotions, to the reason why I probably didn't want to be around them so much. So I was very much the empath as a child, but I didn't realize that. But no, I didn't have any major interaction with spirit. And that's always what I say to people is, don't think that, I believe we all can do this. I believe it's just something that will come when the time is right, or when healing is done, something shifts that allows that come in. That's what I believe. So
I love that. That's really profound. And what I want to ask you now is about your awakening. So there you are, you're growing up in Ireland, you know that you're different, but you don't know why, and you don't realize yet that you're being ran in your family. And then something happens. So what is it? Because I know you hinted that something really exciting happened, and I want you to talk about it on camera so we can all hear it at the same time.
Okay. So what happened was I went through a period, and I'm sure we've all went through this, where life seems like it's hell. Nothing seemed to go right. Then my mother got sick, and then she became really ill and was dying. At the very same time, I had became pregnant. A 14-year gap between my youngest child and the pregnancy. And things just started to change. So during the period of her passing, and then when she passed, I had the baby. And when the baby was 6 weeks old, now we always must remember grief is love. And then I had this overwhelming love for a child. So something just burst, is the only way I can explain that. And I literally did wake up in the morning, and the child was 6 weeks old, and there was something standing over the top, as clear as day. Not human, I will say. So that's the interesting part of it, which actually scared the living daylights out of me. Quite unusual looking creature, but not threatening whatsoever. So really, that was the first experience, and I could see as clear as day. Well, it did look like a hologram, and from that day forth, it never stopped. So something happened that just burst, and I do think it was a mixture of the love and grief, and it was time.
Right.
So something just burst, and from then on, I just had the most amazing experiences that I couldn't explain. I went and got my eyes tested. I wanted a brain scan. I got bloods done. I got like X-rays, you name it. I wanted it done. Everything was normal. So they were basically saying, you're not crazy. I had experiencing spirit and light the way I perceived them to look when we go to spirit, which is like a candle flame. It's like I call like the golden one, which this overwhelming love that I couldn't explain bring me to tears. I'll never, ever, ever. What keeps me in spirit work is always remembering that image. I seen I seen silly things like the TV flashing forward. I'd see the end of the program before when it only began. I seen things floating on their oars. It was just a roller coaster of it very, very, very quickly. And then once I found this fabulous group, which I know I'm shared on the group there 5.5 years ago. Oh, well, sorry, it wasn't 5.5 years ago, around 3 years ago. They were, I learned to put it all together. So it never stopped. It's very, very quick. I believe if you're meant to do it, you do it. And I don't believe there's like major long time periods of waiting. But I could, unfortunately, you know, I would have spirit try contact me where I couldn't contact the other person. But through the start of your journey, I'm sure people would agree, we do hunt people down sometimes because we're so passionate and we must get the message to them. But I've learned boundaries now. But it's a very, very quick journey. So. Oh, oops, Megan, I don't think I can hear you. Hold on.
All right. Can you see me now? Can you hear me now? I know you said you can't hear me before. Can you hear me now? I'm seeing thumbs up. Hear me now. Okay. And now let me bring Susan back. Okay. No, I don't see Susan. Hang on a moment. Looking for Susan. Oh, there she is. All right. Can you hear me now?
Yay.
Yes. All right.
Yeah, I can.
That wasn't you, by the way. That was me because everybody was back, and it was my fault. And so I had to plug my microphone and put on my headset. So anyway, so I had to just reboot. All is well. Now we're all on the same. That all is well. Hi, William McGowan. Hi, Susan McNeish. Melissa Martin. Hello. And thank you for all of your help with the headset and letting me know to put it on. I'm really glad. Okay, I actually have feedback in my headset. That must have been really annoying to you guys. So that's really, so you were just talking about your spiritual awakening, which is amazing. And you were saying that this happened at a time when your mom was transitioning and you were going through a lot. And then you saw, what exactly, because I'm sorry if you already said it, can you just elaborate on what it was that you saw and that feeling of love that you were describing? I love that.
Okay, well, the first experience that I had and the first thing I saw, it wasn't human. So it was, you know, I'd searched and I know it may have a negative to some people, but to me, when you research it, it was not threatening. It was very gentle, but it had like partly human, partly animal wings. It was more symbolic to the universe. To everything. But I think it was for me, for part of my journey, to research, to understand, not to have fear of what we see. Because some things can look very, very pretty and actually not be very friendly.
Right.
But this was very friendly. So it was a huge lesson for me to learn not to be scared of what is not pretty, you know. So and as time went on, I was showed the other side of it, which was the beautiful, what I believe was spirit. And I get chills even when I think about it. It did have eyes, little eyes, directly looked at me. And for a moment, it was like everybody disappeared. And I think I did start crying because I felt this love. I love my children with all my heart, but I cannot describe this unconditional love that I felt. It would bring you to your knees. And every time I find of running away from spiritual work, as we do sometimes, I always bring myself back to that beautiful moment, to the reason to why we do it, is to bring that peace and healing. The main reason I do this is for healing for people. And this is why I do the readings. I went into it basically full time, was to do that. And that's I ask for those that are soul contract to come to me. But basically, spirit to me looks like a white kind of golden image on the inside. They do have, and they can maneuver their body. So I don't see them in body form. They will give me image, but I will see them in energy wise, which I prefer to see them. But quick from that to the next, to understand how spirit works, like it was a roller coaster. They would show me the oddest things in the world, floating around people, but I think they were preparing me for when I was doing readings.
Okay.
So they kind of pushed me in head first. So from scary looking to the most angelic thing I've ever seen in my life.
That's amazing.
So
that's amazing.
I have.
So when before we went on, go ahead.
Oh no, I don't, it's not necessarily about a dark side, but what people perceive as a dark side is not necessarily a dark side, is what I'd want to say. I've seen some creepy things that are being the nicest entities ever, so I suppose that's really what they wanted to show me.
I understand. Like, don't judge a book by its cover. Don't judge a book by its cover.
Absolutely.
So before we went on live, so I met you in my favorite psychic development group on Facebook. It's called Beyond the Veil. And it's run by you and Lorna Elizabeth and Maria and Carol Ann. And it's just an amazing, amazing group that really helped me with my psychic development. But what I didn't know is before we got on camera, you were saying it helped you with yours. And I thought that you've been doing this for like a million years. And so can you talk about the group and how it's helped you and what it's like? Another thing with your group is that your admin team is so tight, and I love that, and the way you work together. And I hadn't experienced another group I still haven't, but I'm really close with my team. But it's because I gleaned a lot of love and information from the way that you guys work together so cohesively. So I guess that's kind of two questions at once, but I'll just give it to you.
No. Well, really, with me on my journey, I was lost because I didn't have any medium friends. I'd nobody to contact. The doctor already thought I was crazy. It's hard to tell your partner or anybody close to you that, hey, I see dead people now. So I searched and I was led. I felt I was led to that group. And I really sat in the background for a long time at the start. And then gradually I do little by little. But I always say to Lorna, and I'll never forget that, she kind of noticed me doing certain exercises and kind of pushed me towards doing others. And before I knew it, I would sit down, she actually gave me a reading. I won a reading. This is what happened.
Oh, okay.
And she actually meant buoyancy. And I said, well, that would make sense to me. And she told me a lot about things that had went on. So I started doing the readings, and I felt that through everybody that was on the group, not even admins, but there's so many that are on the group since I first went on, and we all helped each other and worked with each other. Such a safe space. And before I knew it, I started with 2 lines, and I ended up giving readings, and I never ever looked back. And the support of the group and the techniques are the base and foundation for where I learned to actually put it all together and deliver the reading. Going to Art of Finlay College and all this was a bonus on top of it, but the foundations and everything was from the group.
I'd love for you to talk about that. I would love to. That's right. You went to Arthur Finlay College, right?
Yeah, the last 3 years, and I'm going again in September. I can't wait. So once again, it's meeting different tutors, mediums from all over the world. The energy in the place itself is just worth going, So you learn so much from the people around you, and you make so much friends.
What's it like? I mean, for those of us in the, I was going to say in the U.S., but honestly, it's probably many parts of the world that doesn't have anything like this, like the Arthur Finlay School. What is it like to, I'm sure a lot of people may envision it like Harry Potter. Like, what is it? What is it really like?
To me, it is Hogwarts.
Wow.
Like, I totally think it's Hogwarts.
Oh my God.
But yes, we go to class like as if you're in college. You go down for your breakfast. You go to class from 9:30 in the morning. I think till sometimes it's 6:30. Sometimes it's later till 9. About 6:30, 7. And we literally will do classes all day. So you learn. You can do, I suppose, take a class depending on what class you're doing, or drawings. I did experimental mediumship, which was fantastic. We tried everything and anything. So we constantly just work with spirit on a 24-hour basis almost, even in your sleep in the place. But they really do push you past, I feel, your limits. Because we're so bad at putting ourselves in a box, and sometimes we have to kick down that box and just roll with it. But I love Arthur Finlay for that, and the tutors in it.
So you sleep there? It's not like a day.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. For a whole week.
Oh, that is so cool. So you live there for a whole week, and you eat and sleep and breathe spirit, and you work on this all the time. Like what? Every aspect, like mediumship, and I mean,
everything and
classes,
anything.
Different. Wow.
Platform, I haven't done much platform there, but we do bits of it. But it depends what course you go on. It's amazing.
So they have different courses. So it's like it's a college. Is that what it is?
It absolutely is a college, and it's a registered college.
Wow.
Metaphysical.
That's
so
incredibly cool.
Yeah, it's. I know if anybody gets an opportunity, I'd always say at least go once.
I want to go. I'm already there in my mind. I'm already there now. So I must check that out. That's incredible. Guys, isn't that amazing? Also, I put this is the name of the group. This is the name of the group that Susan and Lorna are admins for. I definitely recommend it in the biggest way. So that's another thing I wanted to talk about. I don't know if anybody would be interested in how the admins connect to each other. I'm interested. You know what I want to talk about is the Cystic Fibrosis Charity. You do platform work in order to raise money for cystic fibrosis. Is that correct?
Raise money for cystic fibrosis. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's what I began to do. That this is the charity event that I'm doing at the moment is with another wonderful medium called Mary Edwards, very well known medium in Ireland. And we're actually doing an event tonight where we do demonstration for cystic fibrosis. But from a couple of months ago till now, till August, when the event is on, we're raising money all the way. So we're constantly raising money all the way, like to give it particularly to an Our Lady's Hospital in Dublin, so the Giggle Fund, which helps them feel like they're at home when they're in hospital. Because sometimes they can be in there for a very, very long time, and some of the money also goes to research and so on and so forth. So I've done one before. It was for a school for autism, and so I was a little bit part of that. But this one I put together myself. So this is the first one that I actually put everything together myself and said, okay, we're going to do this, and please God continue. Where is the college about? I see that.
Yeah, I wanted to pull it up so we didn't lose the comment that William McOwen would like to know where the college is.
It's in Essex. Hold on. It's England. Essex. If you Google Arthur Finlay, it will pop up immediately.
Spiritual.
Arthur Finlay College.
I'm actually doing that right now.
Will pop up. So, what airport do I go into? I'm literally gone. It's literally beside Stansted, I think. So it's Essex and anyway. So
here I'm putting I'm putting the link in the comments for this is arthurfinleycollege.org. So it looks amazing. Look at that building. That's incredible. How old is that?
Oh, Jeannie, I don't know. It's very old, but it's beautiful grounds as well. And the one thing I will say about the tutors there, they don't butter you up. They don't just say, oh God, you're doing great, honey. They will push you, or if you're wrong, you're wrong. So this is the reason why I go there, is because they're not just, pussyfoot around you. They will get you to do your work in the nicest way. Sometimes we all need a spiritual kick up the So that's the place to go if you actually need.
I understand. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you. And I love, I mean to go back with two questions, but I love what you're doing. So why cystic fibrosis? Is that charity close to your heart, or it's just, it just resonates with you and you feel very strongly?
Well, to be honest, I met somebody a year ago. I don't have anybody in my family that has cystic fibrosis or has anything, you know, I have no connection to it. But I'd actually met someone who had lost their daughter to it, and it actually, I never understood a lot about it, so I began to research. And it's actually one of the, like, we're one of the highest rates here in Ireland for people to have cystic fibrosis. Like, we're quite high here. So I did a lot of research, and I decided that, you know what, you know, it doesn't have to be close to me. It's children, it's people. So
I understand. Hang on one second. I have a question, and then I also looked in the comments, and I saw Lorna saying it's the Stanford Airport. So I wanted to say thank you, Lorna. There's so many things I want to ask you, and I want to stay on this topic for just another moment. Hang on. I've got two things going on. I got the college, and I've got the charity. I think it's amazing what you're doing. Is it cystic fibrosis with the lungs, with like fluid in the lungs or something like that?
Yes. Okay. And it's actually, yeah, there's so much more. Like they have stomach issues. It's quite hard going. Like I honestly think anybody that you know, they're absolute troopers. I heard somebody saying if you've ever met anybody with cystic fibrosis, they'll change your life forever, because you know, people don't realize that if the two siblings or two people living together have cystic fibrosis, they cannot be close together. They have to be 5 feet apart at all times. You know, and they have digestion issues, lung issues. Yeah.
They have to physically be 5 feet apart?
Absolutely.
Can you explain that?
If they both have cystic fibrosis, yeah.
But why?
What I know is because their immune system would be quite low. And so if one had an infection, another one could get that infection, but it could be detrimental to them to get that infection.
I actually think I have a cousin-in-law that had a double lung transplant, and I think that's the reason. Actually, she had 2 double lung transplants, and I'm pretty sure it was from that. And so, but I love that you're doing that work. And so, what is platform work like? Are you nervous? You do it? Do you love it? Or is it natural? What's it like when you have this audience sitting in front of you? You know.
I love platform work. I'd be terrified with platform work, but I absolutely love it. So basically what we do is we will either get on stage or on a big floor, and hopefully there's a nice crowd of people that came to see. And you know, even in a spiritual church where I've done it a few times in the Spiritual Union of Ireland, they have a sanctuary. But really what you would do is you would give evidence of spirit. So mediumship is really proof of life after death. So we want to give them something about the person who's passed over. So we try not to go too much into personal messages. We give small ones at the end, but we want to give evidence about this person who we've connected to in spirit, because we're also in public. So it's really a demonstration of spirit, and we connect them with their loved ones, just like you do in a reading. But it's more so just mediumship. So it's actually great fun. It's terrifying, but it's great fun once you're up there.
I love that. Sorry about the feedback, guys. I've got the headset on. I don't know what else to do. So I'll just try to speak less. So why don't you go ahead and tell us what a Kundalini master is? Because I've never even heard of a Kundalini master until today. And so let's discuss that, please.
Well, I suppose it's really new, I suppose. If you want to say new age, I hate to say new age, but it's really the Kundalini energy, you know, where we say the divine energy, it's supposedly located at the end of the spine, and this energy runs up. So when we're using the Kundalini, it's really the healing from ourselves from within. So it's not something combined, getting an attunement of this Reiki, of the Kundalini Reiki kind of, it's good if you already do Reiki, I would say, because it's not something you could offer somebody to come to the office, because it would only take 3 to 6 minutes. It's short bursts of healing. So what I would do during the healing session is ask them, do you mind if I also do Kundalini? Now, because the energy comes from within us and it's our own power, it can make us tired, unlike Reiki, because we're actually using our own energy, but there is a difference in sensation when it comes to it. For me, it actually begins in the feet, not the spine, and it goes all the way up, which is actually quite normal. And so it does lots of things, distance healing, the same way I suppose Reiki. I mainly use it in combo with my Reiki, because I think that's what it's best for. If you were to get an attunement for it, I think it's very good for yourself just to have. And obviously self-healing and healing with family, sure. Can we not? We can't heal enough, can't we not? So really, it's the energy within. It's actually quite simple. I always say keep it simple, but you do need the attunements for this. It does make a difference with the Kundalini attunements that you get to it.
Can you tell us what an attunement is? I know there's attunement with Reiki, and now you're saying with Kundalini. And how do you describe that?
Well, I'll describe a Reiki one, I suppose. So really, I suppose it's a ritual, it's a calling. So really what the practitioner would do would I don't know whether you're frozen or if you're still there, but I'll just keep on going. They would actually give you an attunement, so with the symbols around you, and they'll go through and teach you everything you need to know. And that's actually like the calling card for opening up the energy and accepting the energy. So I always say it is an attunement. It is very important, and it is very special to get an attunement. We all do feel that shift in our energy when we get it. If you're a natural healer, you don't need to, everybody's a natural healer. And they don't need attunements for this, but I do feel for Reiki, yes, absolutely. So you would spend, I suppose, about 2 days with your teacher, 1 to 2 days you'd get 1 attunement, 2 attunements, 3, whichever way it's going to go for you. Kundalini is 1 day.
Oh, okay.
So it's 3, it's just 1 day of attunements. It's a much lighter, it's a bonus, I would say, to Reiki. Reiki would be the biggest passion for me. Kundalini was more for me. So an attunement, it's special, and it's very special between, I suppose, the Reiki master and their student, because it forms that bond, and it can help open up, psychically, you know what I mean? It is said to enhance that as well, which I would kind of agree with that. If you've already been started to being open, I do agree, because, we are dealing with the chakras here. So the more healing we get and the more attunements we get, it seems to help open them up, especially if you're ready for that. But it's really special between, I suppose, the student and the master. So for me, it should be done individually, in a room, and you spend your time there while you keep your eyes closed. You don't see what they're doing. They just potter around you, and the rest is telling you about it. So it's very special. Most people see a lot during the attunement. I know I see myself floating above the chair, and people see things when they get their attunement, or they may leave their body.
Wow.
So I left my body, and I actually seen the symbols that she had wrote around me, and they were glowing in the colors of, so when I came back after the attunement, I actually had said to her, I actually can tell you what symbols you wrote. So it was very interesting. Yeah, it's
wow, that's experience. Amazing. That's amazing. I wanted to ask you about, by the way, maybe I know they're saying I have really bad feedback, and I've lowered this volume almost to the point where it's not there. Maybe you can lower it on your side a little bit and see if that makes a difference. Maybe you can lower it on your side a little bit. I hear it. I'm actually going to I'm going to reboot my, just stay where you are. I'm going to, hang on. No, I still hear it. Let me just reboot this real fast. Just stay there, please. I'll be right back. I'm going to reboot my, just stay where you are. I'm going to, hang on. I'm going to reboot this real fast. You stay there. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm going to reboot my, just stay where you are. I'm going to, hang on. I'm going to reboot this real fast. You stay there. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm going to reboot this real fast. You stay there. Yep. I'm going to reboot this real fast. You stay there. Yep. I'm going to reboot this real fast. You stay there. Yep. I'm going to reboot this real fast. You stay there. Yep. I'm going to reboot this real fast. You stay there. Yep. I'm going to reboot this real fast. You stay there. Yep. I'm going to reboot this real fast. You stay there. Yep. I'm going to reboot this real fast. You stay there. Yep. I'm going to reboot this real fast. You stay there. Yep. I'm going to reboot this real fast. You stay there. Yep. I'm going to reboot this real fast. You stay there. Yep. I'm going to reboot this real fast. You stay there. Yep. I'm going to reboot this real fast. You stay there. Yep. I'm going to reboot this real fast. You st
I don't know whether anybody can see me or not see me.
Yep, they can see you. Oh, I think that's better. I don't hear the feedback now. Does anybody notice the difference? Hopefully that's better. It was really bad, and I didn't want to drive people crazy. And I mean, if I can hear myself talking 3 times, I imagine what they're listening.
If I can hear myself talking
I still kind of hear. Anyway,
I'm
moving right along. So, what about Lavender Hill Spiritual Connections?
How is this?
Let's see if that makes it.
Yeah.
Seems to be better. That seems to be somewhat better.
Is that any better? Because I'm have to lower it down again.
Deb's saying much better. Honey's saying that's better. So, and now Kema Page is saying, what is she saying? She's asking, Susan, did you go off anywhere or just stay in the area? Now, what is the question regarding?
I just stayed in the area. Okay. I think she's talking about the attunement.
I think so too, yes.
That was many years ago. I think that was 12 years ago, around that, about 10 years ago, probably a bit much then, 12. But yeah, I stayed in the room, and I wasn't on the chair, but I seen every symbol being drawn around where I should be at the chair, which I thought was amazing, which was quite crazy. But
wow.
I didn't even realize the color of the symbols, like the colors, the color of the chakras, and each and every one of them had that. So, I get chills even thinking about it. Now, I stayed in there and I actually watched the little ceremony going on. That apparently I was supposed to have my eyes closed on the chair, but that didn't happen.
But that's amazing. So you saw the symbols, and I actually know what you're talking about because I'm taking a Reiki class right now. And so you actually saw them. That's amazing. I love that. And I know a lot of you are familiar with Reiki, and then there are some of you that aren't yet. And this is all part of it. Lorna says it was better without the headphones, Megan. I'm just going to have to stay here. I think anyway, oh my goodness. Yes, but some days Be Live is funky, and this is one of those days. So what type of services do you offer with Lavender Hill Spiritual Connections? And also, do you offer services just in person, or do you also offer no bloopers here. Offer things online as well?
What I mainly do is what people book for is readings. I do them almost every day, and healings. So that's mainly what I do. I do readings online as well, normally through Skype, Messenger, whichever. But yeah, I do that as well. I do be quite busy with the face-to-face here in Ireland and the healings here. I also started doing workshops as well. So I do development workshops. Obviously, I'm going into the route of the charity as well. And I do have little plans coming down the line, what I would like to do. So that will be more working with the aura and stuff like that. So that's something that I'm not fully there yet, so I won't say it yet, giving away all my secrets. But but mainly it's healings, readings, workshops, one-to-one development I do as well, which I start doing that actually a while ago. So that's actually really good when I have one-to-one to work with, because we can literally just totally focus on that one person. So that's great. And I am very laid back. I don't think things should be complicated when it comes to working with spirit. But yes, I would be mainly booked for the readings at the moment. So it mainly would be readings I would do.
Do you do mediumship as well?
Oh yeah, that's the main. I mainly do mediumship. I don't really know how to separate the two of them, psychic or medium.
Okay.
Yeah. Which I do know, which I probably shouldn't. I do know, and I know we didn't think we'd have time for readings, but if we do have time, I probably, because it's Father's Day, I don't know why, there's a gentleman around, but it's up to yourself.
Yeah, no, please, if you're let's do that. Absolutely. I didn't know if we were going to have time, but we have like 15 minutes before you have to go. And if you're receiving, let's do that. I'll put my pen down and.
Yeah. See,
giving you the
normally when I
screen.
do readings, I normally sit like this. And I normally would be scribbling. I don't really look at the person. So I find it, when it's one-to-one, it's different because I can do that and they don't mind so much. But I do think that this person is, because my hands are gone cold, which tells me there's some healing to be had. So since you don't mind, I've no mind. But I do know, and if anybody understands, I can't see the comments. So maybe if you just can take it, please do say a little bit off. I'm only human, that's fine. And we'll see. But I do know he's given me breathing issues. So I do know he had difficulty before, with his breathing. So whether if it was connected to his passing, I'm not 100%, but I do know he's given me pains in the left arm. So whether he, suffered with a lot of stress or he passed from heart, but I do know he's laboring breathing. He's perfectly fine now. This is just the way he's given me the information, so we could know what he is. He's given me pains in my fingers, so he would have had bad circulation, or else he wants me to say that to the person to who the message is for. Now, I'll just explain a little bit more about him. He keeps on showing me he's outside. He loves the outdoors. Now, I don't know whether you know what a paddy cap is. So it's a flat hat, but he's got a hat. But and he'd like to travel all the time. So I don't know whether he's stayed in the same place, because he likes to travel. He's making me itch. So I'm unsure whether he had a bit of an itch. It's either himself or somebody connected to the family, because both bodies would feel the same to me. So he may just be bringing that up about the itch. I definitely feel he was a bit of a wild man at heart. I don't feel he was somebody that could be tied down. So does anybody understand that information?
And I'm typing in the comments, if this gentleman belongs to you, let us know. I think I typed in "let us cow," but I think you know what I mean. And are you receiving any names or anything like that, or country, or?
I keep on getting like, I don't know whether this is a nickname. Like, I normally don't do names because descriptions should be good, but sometimes to give them anyway. So it's like a Johnny or a JJ. Or else there's somebody, I also feel there may be somebody named after him, but a J name, but like Johnny, JJ, if he had a nickname, but there's a J name to his first name.
Wendy Uden is saying, yes, I can take this. William McOwen is saying, sounds like my workmate. Wendy's saying, I can take this. Does that resonate?
Can you take Wendy? Can Wendy take, like, it's that somebody's named after him as well? Yes, she can take that as well. Wendy, would you understand why they're saying thank you for the letters? I feel like there was a letter wrote or a poem wrote or something wrote on a piece of paper connected to this person. But I feel like it's a thank you for that. And I do feel there has been experiences in spirit connected to this person. So I feel like they have seen them, or they had known they had been around them, if you would understand that. And I also get working on 2 jobs. So he's telling me somebody's working 2 jobs. So they're working 2 jobs. So that'd be evidential that he is watching the person. So there's either decision on 2 jobs. So they're either deciding to go into another one, or and I do feel, I know we're all spiritual here as well, but I do feel it's a passion. So it's something, I feel that something is preventing them from moving forward a little bit like that. So I feel like he's trying to push them forward. And would Wendy still understand that?
There is a lag. It takes like, I don't know. Let's see. Wendy says, my dad passed, the heart and the flap cap. My nephew named after him. All right. I think it's Wendy.
Brilliant.
This is awesome. I'm getting chills.
I do know that he has a baby boy with him, Wendy, and obviously the baby boy be connected to the family, but I do know a baby girl came after the boy, okay? So I feel like there's a baby boy or a miscarriage or loss of a child that went, but he's telling me it's a boy, but then he shows me that a girl came and was born after that. So there's connection to this, that they sent this little girl down. So I feel this girl or baby is in the family or close to the family, okay? So I feel he's very distinct, because this little boy, he'd have a paddy cap on him, you know, or a hat. I feel he's like a mini him. So even if it is his child, or, you know, it's a child of the family, but even if they didn't know, I do feel when he showed me as a boy, but I know there was a girl born after the loss of this boy. So it's evidential. So if you can understand that, he's making my chest go boom, 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 boom.
Wow, this is amazing.
Yeah. He just keeps on saying, ignore my movements. I do this in mediumship. I do be like this. He wants you to share your passion. So I will come back to that about the job or the work. Very nervous. I'm feeling very nervous. So he's telling me she's not to be nervous, that he's protecting you. So there's somebody, if you understand, that hasn't been speaking very nicely to you at the moment. And he wants to know that he is protecting you from that person or somebody who's been negative towards you. And do know that it's from their head, not from their heart, is what I would say. You know, these words are empty. There's not, you know, much power behind them. So don't be giving them that much power, if you can understand that, Wendy.
Wendy's saying, true, my daughter came after. And then she's also saying, yes, mine, I lost 3. Remember, this is a couple of things behind what you're saying now. But keep going. This is amazing. I love it.
I do feel that it's almost trying to hold you back. You get this much further, and then I see a string. It's like he's showing me they're holding you back. But you don't have to go far to cut that string. There doesn't have to be drastic measures. You just need to take back your power. And I do feel things would change. So it's not literally, like, I don't know whether he's running ahead on me. I don't know why he keeps on showing me suitcases now. And I'm not saying this is connected to what I'm speaking to before. So I don't know whether you have moved or you're planning to move, you're going on holiday. But he's just acknowledging that for me. And I do feel pain in the tummy area. So if this is him or yourself, I feel that he wants me to kind of, you know, just tell you, you know, as I say, all signs that come in from spirit or even psychically, it's all a heads up of a better quality of life. Like, it's just look after yourself if your tummy isn't the best at times, okay? Because he is bringing me that, but he definitely wants you to push forward, and you're extremely passionate about it. So share it with the world is what I'm being told. So if that's got to do with the writing or you know, even spiritual work, he definitely, I feel this is why he's here. I'm not shaken now. So I feel this is the success that you will have. It's kind of like jumping the fence is what I would say to you. So I believe his love with you, because I feel he has said what he wants. I don't know why he keeps on showing me. I don't know whether he was an animal lover or else you're an animal lover. He just keeps on showing me all different types. A rabbit is a lucky rabbit, though. I will say that. So that's probably sending you a bit of luck your way. You know what I mean? I keep on rubbing my ear because he's been at my ear since a few minutes ago. So I feel he will gently. He's sending lots of love, you know.
And she's saying it's her daughter with the stomach, and that she's going to travel within the next month.
Oh, right. So it's just he's making you aware of everything, and that he's around and you're helping you. He's very, very loving energy. He's very forceful as well, though. You know, like I wasn't supposed to. I said to Megan, we probably won't do spirit. You know, we'll have the interview. But he was not having anything. It's Father's Day today where I am, so he was like,
"It is here too." I love that.
Yeah, so
I'm so glad.
I'm glad she could take it.
And also, Wendy says, I sit in circle and doing trance.
Oh, wow. So this is something that you must be very good at, Wendy, if he wants you to go forward with it. So definitely, you know, don't let anybody hold you back, or anybody that, you know, unfortunately in this business as well, you know, we all come in with such an open heart and we all want to hug each other and let's all work together. But sometimes I find that it just, you know, there's a lot of people that are not in it the same way we are. There is jealousy. So keep your blinkers on and focus on your work and ignore what anybody has to say and continue.
Exactly. What Abraham Hicks says is what other people think is none of your business. I love that.
Absolutely. And it's the best way to be if you want to do this work and stay in a nice, pure heart feeling. That's the way to do it. Or join the veil if you're not in the veil. We'll all look after you.
Yeah, definitely. By the way, if you get anybody else, certainly go ahead and let's talk about that, because that's amazing. I love mediumship. It's something that I don't really do yet in my spiritual life. I mean, I can, anyway, I'm just learning, but I think it's incredible at the level that you're at, where you can that's amazing. That blows me away. I love it so much. So thank you for that. And Wendy, I'm glad you enjoyed it. She says, thank you so much for the message.
Oh, she's very welcome. I do, well, as I'm talking, but with mediumship, the main thing with anything like with psychic is trust. Absolute trust. You see it, you feel it, what we say on the group, and you give it. And this is where, as Meagan, when she does the lives and everything like this, where we say, it takes us a lot to not care what people think. You literally have to be in that zone to do mediumship. Now, oh Lord, I think we have a lady.
Oh, cool.
Her poor tummy is, I don't know whether this is the person it's for or else it's going to be for someone else. But I do know the tummy area is very, very upset and very, very tight. So there's definitely tummy issues connected to the lady that's passed over. Okay, she's going to come in a little bit more. And definitely, I think she would have had issues with maybe her ovaries for womb or something like that. It's around down this area. Oh my gosh. I feel she wasn't the best at all near the end. Well, obviously near the end, but I feel that there was a long period of a few things that went wrong with her, because there's a few symptoms. Her poor old back, my voice is going, so it shows me that she would have, I don't know whether she would have liked to smoke then, because I feel the crackling. She just keeps on showing me cats. Good Lord, she loved her cats. So there's cats around her. So I feel the cat was still living when she passed. So I know that's a strange one to give, but I'm going to give it to her. She's also, this is, once again, this is healing, but it's that the person is a healer, I feel. So I feel she's telling me the person I have to connect with, they do healing or they are a healer, but we'll move on, okay? Okay. So we have tummy areas. The tummy is very bad, so she would have definitely had bad issues around this area, okay? And she is bringing me lower, so she could have had issues with the ovaries as well. I do feel she'd also issues with her chest and her breathing also, so whether it be emphysema or if there's definitely something here with the breathing in the throat. And I do know she absolutely adored her cats. So I think there is a cat, or the cat was still living after her. So we'll just see where we go with this now. She just keeps on showing me a porch. We don't have these porches in Ireland. Well, not where I live in anyway. But I feel it's quite big where you can actually sit out. So I feel this is her happy place. And I feel that she enjoys to sit there at times, because she does show me her sitting out there, and I feel that she's slightly swinging. So I do see, or what are they called, the bells, the twinkles, chimes hanging at the side of her, okay? Okay.
Like
I don't know whether
chimes?
she was going, sorry?
Like wind chimes?
Wind chimes of some sort, yeah. But I feel that she would have set out here an awful lot, and I feel it would have been in all seasons as well. Like seasons wouldn't have bothered her. Okay. So Melissa, you can take this.
She's saying it sounds like my sister.
Okay. So I feel like she would wrap a blanket around her as she set out on the porch. Would you understand, Melissa? Because I feel that she would kind of nod off and almost sleep. I feel like I want to sleep, bless her, you know. I keep on scratching my hair, so I feel she may have played with her hair a lot. If you watch how I move, it's normally connected to spirit, bless her. Okay? Can you understand the healing, why she says about the healing with you, that you're a healer, or else you should be a healer? So I don't know whether you've been told that before, but you've helped obviously her, look after her, and you always were looking after her because you definitely have that healing energy is what I feel.
Melissa Martin is saying, yes, that's her. I can take this. And Irish Little is saying, this may be my mother. It's all resonating. We have 2 cats and she lived at the lake with a full porch.
Okay, right. So I'll have to find something here and ask her something that will separate the 2 of you. Okay. So she keeps on showing me it's the most oddest thing in the world, but it's the odd things that normally make more sense to people. Why is she showing me a jar of pennies? Or who has the jar of pennies? It's like I actually have these jars, but I don't have them. It's like a jam jar of pennies. I feel this is evidential, like to kind of separate as well. But do know that to keep both of you, please do take the message, because spirits work together when they come in like this. But they do a combo with each other and they help each other out. It's like a little wink, like, here, will you do this for me? I'll do this for you. So they come in together. I do I know it's slow scroll for the feedback. So the pennies. Okay. Or a jar of coins, but it's like a jam jar. I do have them jars at home.
She said, Irish says, I do of wheat pennies and I'm a healer.
Okay.
So far they're both still taking it. Although I don't.
You understand, Irish? Melissa, still stay and listen to this while I'm giving it to Irish, because they come in combo with each other. Irish, would you understand that? I'd be very honest with you that your mom could be a bit catty herself at times. So you would be the softer version of your mother. You're very, very alike. But I feel that she may have been a little bit tough at times, she's saying. It's like, I'm sorry, but it was just me and it's the way I was. But I feel this is validation. And I do feel you were almost like a friend, also a daughter, but I felt she leaned on you a lot as well. And she is saying thank you for that, but I do feel she said she was a bit hard at you on times, if you understand what I'm saying. So I'll give you time, but I do feel you've had a great relationship. In the years that went on, you's a relationship.
She thinks Marta and cheapy.
Yeah, absolutely. You've had a great relationship then near the end. She had so much healing to do herself in the earlier years, and I feel that you helped her through this. She keeps on showing me her hair. Did she have to have a set all the time? Like rollers, I don't know what it is. It looks nice anyway, but not perfect. But she was particular in her own way about her hair. I feel I don't know why she showed me this, or did you do something to her hair before she had passed? She's just making me very aware of it. So you studied after she left, I feel, as well. You did something different after she left. When she's saying thumbs up, because when she showed me college books or something you had studied after she left.
Irish is saying, best friend passed 6 months ago. We had fun and she lived with me. Are you referring to your mom as being your best friend?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Nice.
Yeah, because I do feel, as mothers, she's saying to me, they had a mother relationship, but they also had a friendship. So I feel they could be, bicker like friends as well, and bicker like mother and daughter. So very, very similar. I feel Irish would be gentler, just a little bit more gentler to mommy than what she's saying. But I do know, would you understand the other? Is there a boy connected to you, Irish? So Melissa, it still makes sense to you too.
Mm-hmm.
So is there a brother connected to you, Irish, or Melissa as well? Because they keep on showing me a boy connected to the mother. And I feel that it would have been what I do call the golden child. I always say to people, the spoiled one. I feel they got away with everything and anything. So it could be grandchild, but I do feel son.
I believe Irish is saying yes, although there could be there's a lag time too. So she said, I always studied on different things.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, so that would be the books she's showing me and things. So that would be very good. So because we're waiting for the hair and stuff. Okay. Now, where is she going? So I know Melissa can take it, but do take that. Sometimes they do come in as, okay, she's showing me something different now. Okay, a little bit, come a little closer. Ignore me talking to them out loud. Okay. Where's the dog or the puppy? So did somebody get a puppy recently, or was there a puppy or a dog only got before she passed or something? I don't know why she's showing me the dog, but she's giving me a headache. So obviously the dog had given her a headache, or it's given somebody else a headache. I don't know why she's being particular and showing me the dog. Or maybe somebody thinking of getting the dog. So it'd be clarification. Okay.
Melissa's saying I got one. You got a dog, Melissa?
Okay, but I do know she has got a relationship with birds. So I feel that this person is also looking at the birds, and I feel the way the birds are flying or going around. She's showing me the way they're going around, and she's saying, yes, it is me, honey, it is me, honey. So she wants to say, it is me. Now, she's not the bird, but this is just, she's pushing her energy, you know, around this and drawing your attention to it, to let you know that she is okay. I do feel a religious woman here, because she's making me bless myself. So make sure you say your prayers is what she wants to say to you. And do light a candle for her. She does appreciate, you know, a candle being lit. And she's crazy about the hair. I don't know why she's telling you to get your hair done. Okay, so she must be somebody that would give out to you and say, would you ever get your hair done? So she's telling you either just got your hair done, or she's telling you to get your hair done. She's saying, okay, look after you. And she's blowing kisses. Okay.
She's saying Jack is my dad's name. My mom is bird obsessed. And then she also said she visits me. Neighbor has a dog named Jack who barks. And Melissa said she got a dog too.
Look, they're working in combo. I let them work in combo. What did she show me there? Oh, she's giving me a pain in my head. She's I know she's chilling with it. She's showing a hot drink, and I know the two of you are going to take this. But she's showing me a hot drink, but there's no milk or anything in it. It's just, it's like a herbal tea, or it's just tea on its own. But I feel that she is sitting there still in the place she used to sit on the porch drinking this. And a very, very coloured knitted blanket. So there's a rainbow blanket or a coloured blanket connected to her. Okay, so that would be connected to her. Okay. I think she's being funny now. Okay. Oh, I don't know why she's showing me the cowboy belt. I don't know who owns the cowboy belt or what belt it is, but I will just leave that there.
This will be interesting to know who owns the belt. It'd be interesting if
I actually seen her wearing it, but I don't think it's something that she would wear, but I could be wrong. I am not her. But it may be significant to someone. If it's a cowboy belt in particular. So I don't know whether she fancied a cowboy or liked a cowboy movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So what does she want to give me before she goes? Okay. Okay, so as she goes, I'm asking her to give me something to send. I feel there's something significant about a tree or beside a tree connected to her since she had passed or before. But I kind of do feel, I want to say after she passed, so something was placed near the tree, or there's a tree connected to her. Or it will be a tree in the future. But definitely she's bringing me to this, and I feel like, you know, she wants to acknowledge this. So something was placed there or done stuff beside the tree. So whether it's a bench but this tree is quite significant to her. Okay, so if anybody, that makes sense.
Oh my God, Melissa said I just had a memorial tree planted.
Oh, Melissa, you know, that's huge, because I said to her, you have to give me something before I go here to kind of let them, you know, kind of know who we're dealing with here. Okay, so that would make sense to me to see the bench, because it's like a memorial bench. Okay, so perfect memorial tree. So I want the two of you to do take the message. I think they're going, like they're doing the little dance with each other, and that's okay. But we've separated that the images and the information. So that was huge for before I went to ask her that. So I will leave you with the love. And do know that they're always with you, never far behind. Keeps on showing me ribbons too, and I believe that. So maybe you may see a ribbon float by, or there's something, it's blue in colour in any way. So just know that she sent it your way, because I do know they like to do things like that, kind of to keep us smiling, okay?
Ribbons.
So, and don't forget about the blanket, the rainbow coloured pink bright blanket, okay?
And then Melissa said we tried to do a bench first and did a tree instead.
Oh wow, it's all the same, isn't it? It's in memory. It's beautiful.
Awesome. That was amazing, Susan. I know you said you had to be somewhere, so I just wanted to make you aware of the time. I can happily do this for a long time. I love watching you work. You're amazing. I hope you'll come back again sometime.
Oh, well, I think we will most definitely come back and do, maybe if you want us to, and you can ask, and we could do a whole hour of readings, or, you know, Lord knows, questions and answers, because I know we were going to, but I didn't have the time. But I would love to come back and do it if you have me.
I would love that. I would be honored. Yes, absolutely. Or we'll schedule a time today if you'd like, and then we'll plan it and we'll advertise it, and everybody will know to come here and all get all readings. I know a lot of people want readings, and we don't have any time today, so I'm sorry for that. But yeah, Susan's definitely going to come back.
I will be back. The readings are my passion. So I would love to do it, which is if
you're so masterful at it too. I didn't, by the way, something like I was just something earlier about that I read her parents. I didn't mean that I couldn't, that I don't do mediumship or that I can't. It's I admire that Susan is so masterful. She's practiced. I'm still very new at it. So yes, you know, I'm sure Susan was new one time too. So that's where I am. I receive it, but I'm like, you know, you have to discern and the whole thing, and maybe you can teach me a little bit.
Yeah. It's really trust and accepting that a no is okay. You know, that sometimes a no is as good as a yes, because we're only human, we may misinterpret, so we can go back and look at it. But it's really just surrendering in the moment in time that we're doing it. So it's just, hey, let's have fun. You know, Spirit wants to have fun. So I love it, and I know Meagan loves it also.
I do.
So
it's the best. So you want to tell everyone where they can find you, about the Beyond the Veil, and also your spiritual Lavender Hill spiritual connections and all that?
Yeah. So that's where you'll find me. If anybody wants to message or whatever, you know, I don't really do live videos or anything like that there. But I should be coming back with Meagan in anyway, so I don't need to. I can do them with Meagan. But I'm there if you want to have a nosy or ask any questions. Sure, I'd be more than happy.
And definitely come to the group. Which hang on, I want to give you the full name of the group. I know I put it in the comments. What is the full name of the group, Susan? Beyond the Veil.
Psychic Development. Hold on, make sure I have it perfect, because I just say the Veil.
It's a long name.
The cool nickname.
Okay, I'm looking at it on Facebook. Beyond the Veil Psychic and Mediumship Development Circle.
Yeah.
And it's an amazing, amazing psychic development group, and I so recommend it. And Susan's an incredible admin there, along with Lauren and Elizabeth and Carol Ann and Maria. It's just amazing. And I do a lot. That's my playground when I go to practice. And I love the fact that it's also been your playground too, even before you were an admin there. But I know you have to go. So I want to thank you very, very much for joining me today. And I look forward to you coming back and doing more readings, and we're going to have a great time. So thank you, everyone, for joining us today, and namaste.
Absolutely. Okay, thanks. Bye.
My pleasure.